You walk into the supermarket for three things: milk, bread, and eggs. That's it. That's the whole list. 40 minutes later, you're standing at the checkout with a cart full of things you didn't plan to buy: a candle, 2 bags of chips, a magazine you'll never read. The milk is somewhere in there too. You didn't lose control. You walked into a building engineered by people who study human behavior for a living, and every part of it worked exactly as designed. Look at any price tag in this store: $9.99, $4.99, $19.99. Almost nothing ends in a round number. This is called charm pricing, and it works because of how your brain reads numbers. You don't actually process $9.99 as basically $10. Your brain locks onto the first digit, 9, and rounds down instead of up. Now look at the big bottle of olive oil next to the small one. The big one looks like the better deal. Sometimes it is, often it isn't. Stores rely on the fact that almost nobody checks the unit price, the actual cost per ounce, printed in tiny letters on the shelf tag. Here's a trick called decoy pricing. 3 sizes of popcorn at the movie theater: small for $4, medium for $7, large for $7.50. The medium exists for one reason only: to make the large look like a steal. Nobody was ever supposed to buy the medium. It's not a real option. It's a tool. And then there's the fake discount. An item gets marked up to $12 for 2 weeks. Then it goes on sale for $8 with a red sticker and a strike-through price. You feel like you're winning. You're not. $8 might have just been the regular price the whole time. None of this is illegal. None of it is even hidden. It's just built to be missed. Notice where the milk is. It's never near the entrance. It's always at the very back of the store. That's not an accident. Milk and eggs and bread are things almost everyone needs. If they were near the door, you'd grab them and leave. Instead, you have to walk past every single aisle to reach them. Every aisle is another chance to buy something you didn't plan on. Notice the size of your cart. Shopping carts have gotten significantly bigger over the past few decades. A half-full small cart looks normal. A half-full giant cart looks empty. Something about an empty space makes you want to fill it, even subconsciously. Listen to the music. It's almost always slow. Slow music makes people walk slower. People who walk slower spend more time in the store. More time in the store means more exposure to products, more impulse decisions, more spending. Smell the air near the entrance. That fresh bread smell isn't always coming from bread actually being baked nearby. Some stores pump in baked goods sent through the ventilation system on purpose. The smell triggers hunger. Hungry shoppers buy more food than they intended, and they buy less healthy food specifically. And the free samples. They feel generous. They're not. There's a psychological principle called reciprocity. When someone gives you something, you feel a subtle pull to give something back. A free sample doesn't just taste good. It creates a small social debt that gets paid off at the register. Look at eye level on the shelf. Not the top shelf, not the bottom shelf, right where your eyes naturally land. That space is the most expensive real estate in the entire store, and brands pay for it. The products placed there aren't necessarily the best ones or the cheapest ones. They're the ones that paid the most to be exactly where you'll see them first. Now look down, at the bottom shelf. That's often where the store's own generic brand sits. Cheaper but harder to find because it makes the store less money than the name brand above it. And if there's a kid's cereal aisle, check the height of the boxes with cartoon characters on them. They're not at adult eye level. They're at a height where a child sitting in the cart seat looks directly at them. Walk toward the checkout. The aisles get narrower. The lighting gets warmer and more focused. You start moving slower without realizing it, funneled toward the registers. And right before you pay, look at what surrounds you. Candy, gum, magazines, small, cheap impulse items, placed exactly where you have nothing left to do, but wait and look. This is the most profitable shelf space in the entire building, square foot for square foot. It's the last chance the store has to sell you something, and it's positioned exactly where your guard is down. You get to your car with 4 bags instead of 1. You didn't plan for 4 bags. Nobody plans for 4 bags. Here's what actually happened. You walked into a building where the prices were designed to confuse your sense of value, where the layout was designed to maximize the distance you walk and the number of products you see, where the music, the lighting, and even the smell were calibrated to slow you down and open your wallet, where the most visible shelf space wasn't given to the best products, but to the ones that paid for it. None of this means supermarkets are evil. It's a business like any other, optimized by people who understand human psychology extremely well. The difference between walking in with a plan and walking in without one is bigger than most people realize. Now you know why the milk is at the back. Now you know why the cart is bigger than it needs to be. Now you know what that bread smell is actually doing to your brain. Now you know what's sitting at your eye level, and why. Does that mean you should stop going to the supermarket? Of course not. You still need to eat. But next time you walk in for 3 things, you'll notice the slow music. You'll notice the smell. You'll notice exactly how far away the milk is. You'll still buy more than 3 things. Almost everyone does. But now at least you'll know why. If you want to keep understanding how the systems around you actually work, subscribe. Every week, Kai breaks down one more thing they never explained to you. See you next time.